Good day, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the HPG podcast. It's me, Matthew Cedric De Calaikai, with our members Trevor, Benji, Jorel, Alec, Dave, and Philip. It's January, it's a new year. They
Yes.
say it's a new
January
Hugas
of what
Plato
year? January of what year?
2022.
2022, baby.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Guys, let
2022.
let me ask you a question. Yeah, what's in January 2022? They say that there are a lot of things happening.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Betty
New
White
year.
died.
New year, new variant.
Ver-
Let's
New
go.
Rest in peace, Betty
The trend
White.
right now, your new one.
New variant. I see that you guys have used and seen your Facebook posts. Diba? You've known Omicron. I see
Mhm.
that you're very knowledgeable in terms of Facebook moms.
I don't know Omicron. Can you explain it to me?
Okay,
Oh,
Dora, what is Omicron virus? Trevor, what is Omicron?
Omicron is a new COVID variant. Yay!
Yeah.
What about it?
It-
I heard another
Variant
variant.
take we've had.
It is less lethal to people with vaccines.
Yay!
Yeah.
But it's still lethal though.
Yeah,
Less lethal.
Yeah.
para sa mga wala na vaksinan, lethal gyapon nag-Omicron. Maka gyapon siya.
Ah,
Pero kanang mga na vaksinan, booster siya sa atong immunity.
Mhm.
Uh-huh,
Sugta.
yeah. Amen.
What they say
Amen,
now,
brother.
what they say though. From what I've heard, the Omicron variant is less lethal than the Delta variant, but more, like
More
more transmissive siya.
So, a plague ink one.
Well,
Plague
regardless of
Including
what our
the-
five-man Trevor here says, I encourage the audience to do their own research because we are obviously not medical professionals, although we are professional idiots.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
In
Oh,
addition to that, I highly recommend that everyone also get their vaccines because,
even your
that really helps
boosters.
the population.
Get your
Yeah,
boosters.
You guys need to get stabbed, both illegally and legally. I endorse it.
What the?
I'm on my second dose of vaccine. I don't feel invincible. I don't think the vaccine is working.
Benji, stop it.
You're too
It
busy.
the vaccine doesn't prevent you
You're
from
make-
getting infected. It prevents you from getting hospitalized.
You're making
the-
the-
Dave more stuff to edit.
You're making the bourgeoisie quake. You gotta stop.
But
Okay.
guys, talking about getting infected, specifically talking about spider bites. What about the Spider-Man?
Oh, Spider-Man, no way home.
Spider-Man
I
had
haven't seen it
It seems like everyone's disobeying or underlooking, or what do you call this? Looking down on the Omicron.
Just to
Cinemas
see.
are flooded.
Still hasn't reached some areas.
Well,
So-
as some moviegoers are gonna say on their Twitter posts, you gotta do
YOLO.
what you gotta do. YOLO, you only live once, even though you're endangering everybody else that's older than 60 years old. Hell yeah, baby, let's go.
Mhm. Mhm.
But what does Omicron pose threat to? Aside from the
Okay, so
stopping people from watching Spider-Man, it
Mhm.
stops our current progress for achieving face-to-face classes, right?
true, yes, I agree. So, so it just so happens that last year there was like a glimmer of hope that in January, maybe end of January, face to face happens. But with the presence of the Omicron variant, I think that dream won't be realized. I think that would be pushed back to like maybe March.
You can still have your dreams.
Okay.
It's not the
We
first
can
time
still
Trevor had his
bubble.
dreams crushed.
Yeah.
You believe it's March? I have a firm belief that it's probably, if it's not gonna be by March, it's probably not gonna be any later than that. I believe.
Yeah,
I
just-
going back to
there's a-
school.
Well,
We might
No,
just
I
skip
just-
the
no, I
opportunity.
mean,
well,
no,
in other countries, Omicron, it like peaked at 1 month, then it went down. So
Well, you
It's
see,
the
until-
Philippines,
Yeah, that's
Well,
what
you
I-
see-
that's what I was meaning
Well,
to
you
say,
see, in the
right?
Philippines,
That's-
we peaked the whole entire 2021. I say we've
Mm.
set a new record.
Yes, that's exactly the point that we're missing here. Those other countries that have had that huge Omicron wave. They're like countries that have proper healthcare, proper management. And the
Yeah,
Philippines is here, a completely
You know,
like clown fiesta of people.
but the thing is,
the
like usually the place where Omicron variant spike is in the NCR in Luzon, diba? So just hoping
Why?
that it won't like cross seas and go to Visayas and Luzon. Although there is Omicron variant, but just hoping that it won't like spike in our regions, because that would be like a whole other story.
So you're saying to
uh-huh.
let
Yeah.
the
Freaking
Luzon people suffer alone?
no, no, I'm just hoping we don't have to suffer all. So
Okay.
Yeah. It's better than one
Well,
region of
in
the country in comparison to the whole country falling apart.
well, regarding
Yeah.
sa entire COVID situation, I think we could describe Philippines as like that one pick me girl we had we have during as a friend in elementary. We're like, oh, I'm not like those other countries, you know. Like I have like 15 million people injected with Omicron.
injected.
Injected.
Okay.
Oh my gosh,
Oh.
it's a conspiracy theory all along.
But
But
so with the presence of Omicron, what are your thoughts, guys, on face to face? You think it's practical, even if the Omicron, like the Omicron in with let's put Omicron or the COVID, not COVID, but the Omicron variant aside, like considering the fact that most of us in grade 12, which are over 18 years old, have their second dose of vaccinations, do you think that having the face-to-face classes is practical during this school year, or do you think that we should just go all the way online class until graduation? Or what are your thoughts? Uh, let
I
me
That's
let
think
me
it's
hear it.
better if you go
that's
for
hard to
online classes.
determine.
Yeah.
I
Why?
have no
Yes,
clue.
I think it would
Why?
be better for online classes na lang
Yeah, online classes
whole
are,
school
I think,
year or the rest
it's
of
Yeah.
our
generally
school year.
better.
Yeah, I
Um,
agree. What?
I
Naman
think
po
in
isa
an
ni
hmm,
wait lang paano sa
uh,
naman advantages to ang online classes and
Mhm.
karon na nato bitaw nga na-adapted na bitaw to sa online
Mhm.
classes na na to sa setting and
Mm.
kung balik na po tag face to face, there's probably
Mo transition pala.
or
Mm.
nakan kay mga
mm,
Yeah.
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 But like
Wait lang.
like
Mm.
the one thing I actually agree with that, because it's the one thing, F2F classes at the start of the school year is one thing, but F2F classes in the middle of the school year, I think it's like very hectic. It's very very confusing, very tiresome for both parties, both for the students, the staffs, and teachers. Because it's like an abrupt transition. So what's in my mind is that online class throughout our academic year, but then in our graduation, maybe if it's possible, if God allows, face to face, because we're the cream of the crop. We're the
Yeah,
first batch of our
yeah,
ZRC.
I'd have to agree on Trevor on this one, like it gets pretty tiresome looking at Trevor 24/7. I think this is
Okay.
enough.
That's true.
That's true. Everybody can agree.
Can be. Yes.
Yeah, but I think that it's heavy on the preparation as well.
Mm.
And considering that we're still in a pretty rough spot, I don't think it's too I don't think it's too easy to make a simple deduction that, face to face is doable within this period of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess from an ethical standpoint, yeah, I mean, online classes is a great way to move on. But I guess in terms of like a wider vision of academic performance, I believe that it's probably like better if face to face. But there's not really much you can do about that considering
Yeah.
the situation. So yeah, that's probably my take on it.
I like Philip's opinion. I'd rather not have people die. I'm with that boat. Like a lot of people are, I just don't want
Yeah.
people dying.
We've lost a lot to COVID
Yeah.
already in the past 2 years. I don't think
Mhm.
it's a smart decision to risk even more.
I mean,
True.
kids
Yeah.
these days are already losing their minds to Genshin Impact, let alone
Genshin Impact.
COVID, my guy. I mean, that's a
But
disease in and of itself.
but
Have you
then but
guys
then
heard of the
the
Singaporean kid who spent like $20,000 on Genshin
Oh,
Impact?
no.
what?
What?
Oh yeah,
What
I've
is
heard
that?
The
about
It's credit
that.
card,
The
right?
Is that you,
Singaporean
Benji?
kid. Yeah.
No,
Yeah, I'm pretty
US
sure it's
not
dollar.
Benji.
Singaporean.
Um, but then I like there's a dilemma. Okay, within F2F, if we transition to F2F or go online class all the way in this school year, is that, diba, as we know it, like in online class, it's definitely very different from face-to-face classes in that there have been many reports like of students getting like mentally drained, getting burned out due to Rex, like even people are called out academic breaks. So do you guys think that it's worth to have that than to have the face-to-face classes where, in our school at least, there's like we're quarantined, we're looked after. So do you think it's a fair trade to like get the online class, although it has its advantages too, and as compared to like getting the face-to-face classes where we can get more attention from the teachers as compared to, you know what I mean. I'm
Yeah.
like beating around the bush here, but you get what I mean. You get what I mean between FTF classes and like
Mhm.
Yeah.
online class. So, what are your opinions on it? Do you think it's more practical to have face-to-face classes, or do you think it's more practical to have the online classes?
I think ang only downside lang jud sa atong case kay ibutang man tag bubble and we're not allowed to live there for like until graduation guro or something.
Oh
And
no.
and the problem with that
1
is
month or
wala tay freedom.
More Trevor.
We
Oh
What?
my
there's
gosh.
number one, I think there's just slow internet kay sa school and we can't search anything. Para lang ganin sa itong
Yeah.
research, lisod kay accomplish. Number two,
Beta.
i-kuan pa jud ta, i-confiscate pa tong gadgets, That's the only way of escape guro sa
Kaya,
farmers.
Yeah,
napoy
but I
basic
Hmm?
napoy basic problem like unsaon pag-transfer, di ba, na may mga lagyo din.
Mm.
Base sa mga areas ato na may mga breakout, unsaon pagbalhin ato.
Yeah, like
Like,
then
there's
then then, then
problema
from
kay na
the,
sa pag-move.
and from the reports po, like it's like on a monthly basis. So like those from far away need to like travel every month just
No,
to.
mas I don't think that's the case man siguro kay kung prepared man galing ang school na mag-housing or kanang mga students like straight 3 months or more than 1 month or so, dapat na na sila supplies and such and dapat
Yeah,
na
true.
nilang plano
True.
kay kung
Fair point.
magastos na naka-risk jud kasi yung self infection then ma-cancel na yun ang whole thing or maybe kung isa ra ka buok mo na ayun. Pero about manggali ana daghan man pug na atong bitaw nag-meet ta sa atong batch sa to na thing ang na-discover na ako kay ang kasagaran sa to anong ganan mag face to face kay ang pag-on na dyan mag-meet
It's the
ka sa mga
bonding.
classmates
It's the
Mag-meet.
just to
friends.
see.
It's a
Yeah.
Yes, for
Yeah.
mostly for
Makatabang
the
po sa mental
health,
nga na yung mga
i-improve
friends.
lang ang mental health.
Yeah. It's
And
just
it's not about the classes, the grades, and stuff.
it's a
Hmm.
it's
Yeah,
about
that's
drive,
a good
man.
answer.
It's
That's
about
really-
power.
That's a good point there.
It's about
Yeah.
relationship with the others and the
Yeah,
ones
I
that you
just
care
want to
about.
Yeah.
get in touch with my friends,
Yeah,
Okay, Benji, I miss you
Yeah,
too.
it's a nice feeling. Really.
I don't miss
It's
you.
it's a very lightening
dear.
feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, on a more lighthearted note, I think we should move away from this more sinister and serious topic of Omicron. How are you guys holding up despite not having the touch of none other than the able-bodied people of the other Pisainon batch 22s? What have you guys been doing recently?
Watching
Um,
myself.
Non-stop
Oh,
like,
Same pattern since the start
I've
of
been,
Yeah, same
I've been
pattern.
on.
same
I've
Russia.
only been playing
Naray
games.
daily routine.
Yeah.
Mo siya na-
school,
Yeah.
games, sleep, eat. That's
True.
it then.
You don't,
Unless
you don't,
physical
Hindi ka maligo.
exercise.
you don't urinate or poop, huh? Oh my
Ikaw
God,
maligo,
Joral.
Included
Oh my
na,
God,
included
Joral.
na.
That's disgusting, bro.
Oh my God. But
Disgusting.
yeah, I think like
Ano yung murag nakaset nga daily routine sugod sa quarantine.
Yeah.
It's all the same. Unless naalaag.
I think that's like the thing, with transitioning to face-to-face classes from online classes, that we need to adjust na po. So it's like one of the things that's like forcing us or making us think that we don't want face-to-face classes, because as with all things, the first step is the hardest step. So yeah,
Amen.
it's hard.
Well,
Na may uban nga
Well,
dili ra maka-adjust ang sa
Vin-
uban nga dili.
Yeah.
Depende ra man sa tawo.
yeah.
Depende.
Yeah.
Daghan na
Depende,
lahi-lahi nga kuan. Murag audience. Yun na
Audience population.
na ay murag population nga mas ganahan online
Personality,
class
no?
na pay half sa population na ganahan mag face to face, so either way na ray pay mga may problema.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Mas
Very
cater
true.
siya different needs ang face to face ug online class. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I can
Yeah,
definitely
that's it.
support Alex's statement on that. Kaya like night times na reg dili na siya related to school, obviously na face to face na reg. For me personally, sample when I go in the chances when I get to go out, it's like I just forgot the entire quarantine happened in the first place.
True.
I'm like, basta when I'm with other people, I'm like, tuod naman, nag-quarantine man di ay, no? And then
Yeah,
it just
true.
feels like it's just returned instantly. While for other people, it might be like harder pud na orag pag-adjust nila balik, So it just gives insight na pag bubble na to balik, I wonder how people are gonna react to it. If we ever get the chance to bubble, will it just be like, we sleep one day dito pag wake up, oh look, it's a perfectly normal school day. Diba?
Yeah, it's like the clear line between a transitioning period.
Yeah.
Are you holding up, Benji? Are you holding up, Benji? You just went on a tour in
On a
Mindanao. Okay, Benji, what are your observations? The different cities, municipalities.
It was pretty fun.
Thank you, Benji.
One of the
Insight, by the way.
ilang mga regulations and stuff. Like every time I enter a mall or sigun sa mga ganin na establishment, like daghan kayong tao magtipo, they always like check sa QR code para contact tracing and stuff. They always check for like the vaccine cards as well and your personal ID.
Does everybody wear their mask, like proper wearing of mask?
Yeah, they
Benji?
wear a
Ah,
mask, and if not proper yung pag-wear sa mask, yes,
Di ikaw
you're then i-call out ka.
Oh, okay. Very
Yeah,
nice.
dapat
Very
inana
nice.
man jud na. And
Yep.
ato ang
Yeah.
city, wala jud.
Yeah, because
Wala na QR code,
I
wala
noticed
na.
it. I noticed it.
Sa una
Kay,
naman.
Man na tong city.
Ito na.
I noticed
Stops la.
like I noticed
Usa
like
like ang QR
like
code.
in Dipolog City, like
Yeah,
when
ang
I
QR
ride
code, mask.
when I ride a like a motor
yeah,
cab,
yeah.
and then I see the driver like the while driving, his mask is down on his chin. He's not even wearing it. So like I'm like, what the hell, man? Okay.
But
Ay, mga
I don't think
regulations
exclusive
is
siya
in place for daily enforce.
Yeah,
Sa
I don't think
Dipolog.
exclusive siya sa yeah, definitely. I think anywhere, to be honest. I think it's just,
Naray uban nga walay paki.
Yeah.
mm,
Usually it's just kanang inconvenience ang wala na hanad. Although
I mean,
imposible na wala na hanad
Yeah,
kay dugay
pero-
na.
yes.
Pero usually
kayo sila
ibutang
nga
nila.
ala.
it's
At
been
least
1
those
year.
na-
So, dili na magmas.
Yeah.
2 years.
Wala pa yung cost mo na
2 years.
mabalik.
2 years. Oh,
cases
2 years
kay walay
na,
Yes
mas.
na. There's
2 years.
2 years na.
Tinako lang urang mga tao. Supposedly mandatory man dyan ang contact tracing sa phone. Then wato ko ganang mall bitaw dira sa phone. City mall lang gani kay contact tracing. Ay na sir.
Yeah, like if
Tingala
like,
jud
like,
to.
yeah, like
Mas
'di ba
tapos-
'di ba? 'Di ba in for context to the viewers, in Dipolog City, we have Safe Pass. That's like a QR code for contact tracing when you enter an establishment. And most of the time, like like if the establishment, like their phone is out of battery or there's no Wi-Fi signal, they don't even bother to check our QR code or even log our names in a logbook. They just say, okay, spray your hand with sanitizer. You may go in. Yeah, that's it. No,
I
it's,
mean, to be fair,
Na pa
with
jud
you,
uban nga
they're
guba tong
kids.
parahan sanitizer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're,
I think-
kids walking around randomly without masks now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Gineglect na ag safety rules kay nawala-wala na ang cases.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
Wala pa din na agi nga na mabalik tanan.
Inana mo siya ng wave.
Legit.
Inana mo siya yung person wave.
Ana jud. No?
Yeah.
Dang, back in my day, during the Black Plague, none of
What
this
the-
happened, man.
yeah.
Back in
No
my day,
vaccines, no anything,
no
just people
vaccines,
dying.
nothing.
Yeah.
You just-
tiptoe jud ang mga tao ato back Okay, mamatay mo
Smelling
sila.
rotting
Gusto mo-
fecal matter.
Yeah.
That's not a
Deadly lang
police
yun
at
to.
all.
Kani dili.
Dali mo gyapon. Dali mo gyapon. Pero na vaccine naman ta. So,
Gamay ra kayo
di kayo.
ang chance of death sa COVID cases of plague, black plague specifically.
Yeah.
Bitaw.
Well, I mean, the severity of the Black Plague is like so much worse in
Plus
comparison.
atong medical kuan
Yeah, medical.
Yeah,
we have
technology
vaccine
taas
for
na.
it.
So,
We have
sabtan na
yeah.
ako gamay ra.
Pero ang pagsugod dyan sa COVID, yung nandiyan nila nga, di judge siya as deadly as ato.
But it's
Black
still deadly.
plague.
It's still deadly. Not
It's still
just
gonna kill.
us.
It's still
Yeah.
gonna kill. No? Especially kay namin mga tao na since kuha naman kayo ta, sini taga na kita, I mean, daga na kay availability bitaw, especially food. Kanang ang problema mo gud kay mga health problems maka kasamot sa disease or virus, I mean.
Uh-huh.
Specifically, being overweight is one of the fun here. Or obese. Yeah.
Lingi mga bench.
We already thirsty ng kikul now.
Well,
Traffic call out. dude.
I'm
Pero-
obese.
What? You're in the
You
arm?
are?
Or
No,
you
I'm
just
overweight,
overweight?
not obese.
Okay, overweight.
Kana, dayon ang one food, kanang respiratory problems mo, mas worse pa na ilaan.
Oh no.
Jordan, asmahon pa bagapon ka, Jordan?
Ha?
Asmahon bagapon ka.
Well, ag namagod sa asma kay kung di kay grabe kay as you age kay kuan na mong last I think more
Mawala mo
na
lungs?
sa-
Aw, abin ako.
di na kay mahon.
That's a
Pero nagiboy times na mag lisod og ginhawa gamay. So kana jud ka lukan sa mama kay since ag kuan COVID mo target mo sa lungs na.
No.
Yeah.
Delikado kay sa kuha kumakon.
Mana di pala agad.
Basin na po.
Lagi, sa
Mga mo hindi pala agad si Jorel. Jor. Ato Jor. Di ba doon mo mata naglilambo? Dahang tao mga tuli na po?
Ambo, so baka
Di ba laki mabantay na nagdagang mga lusot or ano sa?
Di namoy village ay village. Namoy balik mga balay-balay si tagala. Boy alam na to sa taas na paeskwilahan. So na jud mo labay.
Ay, atong mga labi ato sa niagi.
Yeah.
Pero
Naka-notice sad ko ba kita ng mga boys strict kay ng mga parents niya, ang mga girls sa atong batch kay sige raglaag.
bitaw ba?
Yeah, but not to be like one hamper like
Ayo.
from I
We're
know
not
this.
trying to be sexist here. This is a family podcast. Okay?
Just from
This is a
what-
family friendly podcast.
from-
From our observations.
observation.
Generally, we need to
from
take
what
this scientifically, Trev. We don't want to get
Yeah, okay.
canceled this early.
Okay. From what I've observed, okay. How do they make their parents, go do sleepovers
No.
and stuff?
Explain the situation, Trev. Explain the
They think
situation to
na
our lovely
mature na
viewers.
sila. Di man sila matuog mga laki kay mga kiat mga laki.
So, to give some context, okay, the female members of our batch in PSH is in
Batch
our
2022.
yeah, in our
Hindi man
school
necessarily
batch
female members lang, murag
2022.
kita lang yun nga friend group. Strict to parents.
Murag kita na friend group.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah,
true. So
never
we
mind.
can't
Yeah,
do
never
it.
mind the female
Never mind.
members. It's just
I-cut
us.
out na, Dave. I-cut
Yeah.
out na, Dave. Okay, Dave.
Yeah. It's just us nerds that don't decide to get out.
Yeah.
Dili man guro.
No, it's not-
I mean,
we don't
dagan,
decide.
I think
Dili lang
kasagaran
kita
sa itong mga
sugpo.
laki kay dili kay gawas.
Pero
Yeah.
Fucking.
I mean, wala.
especially ato ang friend group. Very strict parents. Man.
I want to ask you guys, how have you have you ever made any attempt to connect to people outside of our friend group aside from just anything that requires from
Sorry.
school?
Si Trevor.
Yeah, Trevor isn't in our friend group.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the only time he ever talks to us is in the podcast. God.
Lagi no. Yung pinaka-detached. Adiltex.
Wait, no, we play
Philip.
Valorant with the
Philip,
guy.
Philip,
What do you
pagod.
mean? He's our top
Si Philip.
fragger.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
but
yeah.
he's a top
Ang
fragger.
nanadyo sa edge kay si Trevor. Di mo to si Trevor for school requirements. I mean, okay, aside from that.
Wait, why
What?
did you call my name?
No, but naamay
I think
laag si Trevor other sa atong friend group. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really
due
go
to
out.
my girlfriend, yeah, due
It's
to my
Yeah,
definitely
pero dili
Trevor.
ba ang
yeah,
ang
it's Trevor.
communication ba ang imong kuan seeking out for something.
Yeah, yeah.
We would like to clarify to the audience that we do not encourage you to go out during these times. It was a different time back in the day. Okay? Now that the
The
Omicron
different
has been
the different
yeah,
time,
not
when
Only
Delta
God
was,
is immune.
still around, it was
yeah.
different,
Yeah, back when the start of the quarantine is now long and gone. Now that the Omicron has gone and upon us, it's putting us upon this. Yeah, I'm a rapper.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm not a rapper.
I'm a rapper.
Pero mao na siya, guys. Ay magpatakag gawas. Unlike somebody I know. Yeah, I don't know
Ah.
anybody.
Pero kanang sa kuan na outside sa friend group, well, namatay mga kaila sa lain campus. Oh, na.
Ayun, pero
Mm.
hindi mo ta magkita.
Di ta magkita.
Yeah, we don't. I think that's the best part.
Yeah.
You made
You know?
online friends.
Sige, remains a mystery ito.
It remains a mystery.
Agi na po na sa quarantine nga
nakabilis,
na nakamit ta nila, di ba?
The real
Yeah.
physical appearance and ang iyang
I-met
aura
them agi atong
will remain a
Discord
mystery.
server.
Oh,
Yeah, this has just become like
the
a
mystery.
podcast of seven nerds being like, yeah, I'm a bit of a social butterfly myself.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a social butterfly.
Mm.
All while, we we just stay in Discord all day.
You
How
know, I'm a
ironic.
Discord moderator.
Yeah, I'm a Discord moderator.
Oh, Philip has some friends outside the friend group.
Yeah,
Yes,
Philip.
sige,
Why
sige,
don't you
sige.
talk
Pina-
about
pinaka
them,
na-
Philip?
Lagi Philip.
No, Philip,
How do you meet them, Philip?
cover-
How do you meet
how
them?
do you manage that, Philip?
Genshin.
How do I manage
Genshin
what
Impact.
exactly? Like, what do you
Putting
mean?
Philip in a
What
hot,
do I
we're
manage?
putting Philip in a hot seat here, okay, guys?
Like,
You know,
how
How do
gotta
you
s-
make
we gotta slow down. Let the man answer it or not.
How do you make
know.
friends, bro?
teach us how to make friends?
Yeah, bro, I have to make friends.
How do we make friends?
Bro, I just can't understand the concept of
You know,
making
this is
friends.
useful for the viewers. Like some
I-
people might want more friends during the quarantine period. It's very understandable,
sorry.
Benji. Stop laughing at them.
Yeah,
I'm in
Benji's
the
laughing
same
because he doesn't have other
disposition,
friends.
okay?
I mean, if you're
I'm
tired
in
of
the
hearing the
same
same people every
disposition.
day, then look for friends. No, I'm
Yeah,
not
but-
saying I'm tired of you guys. It's just. I
Oh,
don't know,
Yeah.
just-
Oh no,
Oh,
don't be
no.
worried. I'm
Is
honestly tired
that
of
it?
them too.
Oh.
Don't be too worried.
Facts.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot on just expanding your horizons. Really, I found a bunch of
Expand-
friends off of a lot of sites like Twitter, Discord.
What
And
do you
I
do
guess
with
it's
your
a lot
Facebook?
on interacting. Because if you don't really interact with your friends, it's like, what's gonna happen? You're not really gonna talk for much longer.
Shut the hell
Well,
up,
looks
Benji.
like I'm not getting any friends anytime soon.
It's not,
Interactions.
it's not
bro.
like you have to talk every day. It's like. I think friendship relies a lot on more of an emotional investment.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
It's more
gonna.
like
I don't want
that
emotions.
investment equals a
Sige, ito.
bond,
Yeah.
and you share that bond, and boom, you have a friendship. That's like
Hell
the
yeah.
Oh,
easiest way you can think about it.
Mighty
I just
bond.
act. I just
Yeah.
act to random people, and if they run
Benji.
away, they're not a
Benji,
friend.
we can't say
Benji.
that.
We can't say
We can't say that, bro.
Oh.
You can't say the R word, bro. It's a slur.
Race car.
Although I'm a bit of a investor myself, I dabble a bit in the stock market, so I know a thing or two about emotional investment.
An emotional
In-
investment.
Invest some of that BDO Jollibee stock. Let's go, guys.
What the hell?
Guys
I
don't
got-
you guys
I
have
got
you guys
an
don't know
extra
how the stock
$5
market
from
works.
Bitcoin.
You do get wait. I'm actually interested in this because a lot of people, okay, like the entire trend I've seen on Twitter and on quarantine, there has been I believe, okay, from just what I've seen, that the popularity of things like the stock market and like NFTs and cryptocurrency, I think its general popularity since quarantine aside has skyrocketed compared to what it was back then. Like one NFTs exist now, which is another problem to another not another topic to discuss for another day, but also just the stock market. You guys remember the entire the GameStop stock
Oh,
market
yeah.
thing? Yeah,
Yeah.
remember that?
Yeah.
That was an
Yeah.
entire fiasco in of its own, like to the point where I've listened to friends of mine that I have never expected to dabble with stock market and stuff like that. Ask me, what the hell is this about? It's pretty cool. considering that. So I want to see how that turns out to face to face. Are you guys dabbling in stocks when you grow up?
No.
I
Depends.
don't
No, I don't
I
understand
think
have
so.
stocks.
relatives.
I don't understand stocks. Yeah.
Yeah, I have relatives that dabble into NFTs and cryptocurrency.
NFT?
What does NFT mean again? Non-fungible.
Non-fungible
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 tokens.
token.
Is that the monkey?
Yeah, the monkeys.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
monkey.
that's one of
That's the
them.
one.
That's one of them. What's one of them?
Yeah, pero
May
dagan
dagan
dyan na
kayong
invested in
scam
stocks.
gama gamit NFT, wey.
You can
Well,
always screenshot the screen.
Money laundering.
with the
You can-
popularity of NFTs as well, there have been there's a rise in people who are starting to let's say they don't support the existence of NFTs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they don't like
It's-
they don't like the fundamental concept of cryptocurrency.
Yeah. I mean, Fallout Boy has an NFT, guys.
Yeah,
You guys remember Fallout Boy?
Yeah,
Yeah,
from
Fallout Boy has an
Fallout.
NFT. Let's just
I
wait
have
until
no idea
Dude,
who that is.
the world will turn when Green Day gets an NFT. No, that's gonna be funny. But yeah, now that we have somewhat skidded around the topic of the internet and NFTs now, even though I just put it a little bit in the spotlight, let's return to our initial dabblements with unsa man atong gistoryahan ganiha. You know?
I forgot.
Uh,
Face-
Omicron, guys?
Face to face.
Not-
Sauce.
I think we've talked enough about this stuff. Omicron and face to face.
I think end na to. End na.
And then I thought we still have
30
like
minutes?
10 minutes ish.
Yeah, I
we
don't
want to
wanna
talk
5
about
minutes.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man No Way Home. I've never seen it.
Oh, I haven't seen it too. We have so much in common.
Neither
Let's
have
be
I.
Oh my
friends.
god, let's be
Don't worry,
friends,
neither have I.
yo.
Neither have I. It's okay.
That's how you make
Yeah,
friends,
they
guys.
say it's nice, and I'm itching to watch.
Yeah, a lot of people have given it so
Yeah,
much
but
Showing
it's
siya sa
attention.
always
Dapitan.
booked.
One
Yeah, it's
week.
fully
Always booked
booked.
sa Dapitan.
Despite the darker topics discussed, we have discussed in the earlier moments of the Omicron. I would like to put in light the new events brought upon us by none other than Walt Disney. Disney ba? Disney.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Disney.
Disney. Yeah, Disney's
That's a-
Encanto,
That
which I'm
Oh my God.
I think a lot of people have
I've
seen.
never seen the movie.
I haven't
You
seen the
haven't
movie
seen the
as well.
movie? You need to
Have you
see
seen the
movie now.
ghosts?
There are
Yeah,
That's
it's a
so
good
weird.
joke. Shut up.
What?
It's a good joke. It's a good
Spoiler
joke.
I
alert.
haven't seen the movie, pero I
Well,
heard it's pretty good.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of clips.
Yeah,
So
I
it-
think
I
hindi
don't
na to
know any
i-spoil, pero
spoilers.
like,
Doesn't matter.
ang thing lang dyan ako na naka-intake na ko itong movie kay ang problems sila nag-present, natingala gani ko sa
Yeah.
sugod niya kanta, this,
Oh.
na sila nga meaning bitaw compared sa kung natanaw nga usual Disney movies. Except sa katong old ones, yun yung more mas serious nila ang kwan.
True.
Like, not really
Old ones, fairy
mentioning
tales
nga,
why,
dili po serious
usually.
ang mga problems nila, pero
yeah, I think there's a lot more representation brought
Yeah.
upon with their songs compared to the other Disney titles. Although I'm not a Disney expert myself, pero I think it's ano po, it's because of its shorter movie length, Because
Yeah,
Encanto is just
not even
1
2
hour, if I
hours.
recall correctly.
Yeah, 1 hour 40 minutes kapin.
Yeah, it's just 1 hour something. And what Frozen was like 2 hours or something, right? I don't
Legend
know.
of Raya was
I
like
think
2
the
hours and
second
30
movie
minutes
was
plus.
2 hours.
Oh, the second movie was 2 hours. Well, the fact it had a second movie,
Wait, what movie is that?
Frozen.
the one with Olaf, not the
Oh,
League of
yeah,
Legends
there's a
champion.
League of
sequel to it,
Legends.
yeah, Frozen 2.
Frozen.
The one with Into the Unknown. That song really that blew up. That song really blew up though.
Yeah.
Into the
Yeah.
Unknown.
You don't talk
Into
about
the
Bruno.
unknown.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, but Let It Go was more popular, no?
Yeah, but I
Was
mean
it?
it's
Yeah.
been
Yeah,
it's
Let
been
It
quite a
Go.
while
Yeah,
since
it's
Let It
easier
Go
to
was out
sing.
about it.
Let It Go is easier to sing. That's why it's more popular.
Let
Yeah.
It Go is like what? When was the first Frozen movie? 2014.
2014, I
Yeah,
think.
it's like what 8 years old now. Come on.
We're
I
old.
choose Let It Go over
We're
Into the
old.
Unknown.
Whenever
Every
somebody
time.
says "Let It Go," it reminds me of the time when, like, the entire Oppa Gangnam Style and what else was popular at the time.
What does the fox say?
Yeah, what does the fox say? You know, Speaking of into the unknown,
Ang
we will
sama ni
dabble
LDF
with the
nga.
unknown in the next episode.
Wait, what's
Sheesh.
the next episode?
It's gonna be a
I don't
mystery
know.
for the viewers.
It's gonna be a
We're not gonna
mystery to the
spoil
viewers.
what our
Mag-goodbye.
topic
Yeah,
is.
we're not gonna
Mag-goodbye.
spoil you
Wait, but
guys.
I'm not a viewer. Can you spoil it to me?
Wait, you
Hell
don't know what
yeah,
we're talking
but
about
not
next
here.
episode?
Okay.
You don't know what we're talking
shit.
about next episode? Neither do we. Ikaw
Well,
una.
I guess that wraps up our episode. I hope everyone enjoyed our random razzle dazzle here. And see you
Razzle
in the next
dazzle.
episode. Goodbye.
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 Goodbye.